Welcome back. Another episode of Technique Review, Weightlifting Edition. Today we have a clean and jerk, clean and press, I believe is what the individual in this video says, that I stole from the internet. So here's a little fun fact, something to occupy your day after you finish watching this video. Head on over to the Livestrong YouTube page. Just scroll the page, look at their exercise tutorials. Have yourself a good laugh. Find me over on Instagram at @the_Squatfather and say, hey, thanks for that. That really brightened my day. It's the least I can do. Today's video is coming from, just because of after watching this video, I cheated. I did already watch it all the way through. Today's video is coming from the Looney Bin. So Jake, put me in Arkham Asylum. Put me in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Put me as the crazy face coming through the door in, what's that Red Rum movie? Jack Nicholson. Oh man, people are gonna kill me on this. The Shining. I'm coming through the door. Going crazy. And today's sponsor for the video is someone that I need to pick a bone with. Today's sponsor is, probably can't see it that way, bulksupplements.com. Bulksupplements.com, where you can get your supplements, you guessed it, in bulk at a cheaper price. They got really good supplements over there. I'm a big fan. I am not a shill. They're not actually a sponsor. They're not paying me here. But the bone to pick is this, bulk supplements. Talk to the people in your marketing department, because they sent me some copy pasta email about being a promo team member or something or other. And I emailed them back and I said, you know what? My company, Gifted, and I would like to create some sort of relationship here so that we can push this out to like all of our athletes, 500 plus clients at any given time. Just get a copy and paste response back. Hey, get it together. Bulk supplements, you're better than that. But for all intents and purposes, go ahead and get your creatine, your beta-alanine, your multivitamin, your fish oil from our friends at Bulk Supplements. All right. We're going to let this one run through one time all the way through. And first time on the series, we're going to play it with sound, because the individual in this video is going to walk us through how to actually do a clean and jerk, clean and press, whatever he calls it. And we'll break it down from there. You know how we do. All right, let's hit play on this and let it run.
Hey, I'm Ryan Hawk, and we are here today to show you how to correctly
Ryan, great name. I'm not going to dog you because you have a great name. I'm going to go ahead and guess that you got duped into this. You're not super familiar with clean and jerk, clean and press, whatever this is. Livestrong called you up and they said, hey, you're a handsome lad. You got nice calves, nice arms. You're well built. Come and do what we think is maybe a clean and press at the local country club on our fine wood floors with the greatest Globo Gym beater bar that money can buy. I think you got duped into this. So I don't blame you, Ryan. I don't blame you.
Perform a power clean and press. One of my favorite movements incorporates...
Ryan, I don't think this is your favorite movement. I don't think this is one of your favorite movements. I don't think you've ever done this before. But again, I digress.
A lot of different exercises resulting in one amazing full body blast. First step with the power clean and press is
I hate it. I hate it so much.
going to be our stance, just about shoulder width, feet squared up.
That's okay advice. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to be letting it play through. Sorry.
Off. We're going to drop in just like we're starting off for a Romanian deadlift. Over grip, just outside of shoulder width, so outside your legs, and
outside your legs? Look at where
pulling up and high as
Ryan.
you can, all the way up, dropping underneath it, elbows pointing straight ahead, and from here is your push and press movement that we did before. Directly overhead. Down, all the way back to the ground.
No.
Reset if you need to, and right from the top.
Hold on. I think I was making noise during this part. We gotta revisit this. Let's run it back. It's the breathe
Pulling
that
up
does
and
it for
high
me.
as you
The
can,
breathing really kills me.
all the way up, dropping underneath it.
Yes.
Elbows pointing straight ahead. And
must
from here is your
to lift
push and
75
press
pounds
movement
at the
that we
country
did
club.
before. Directly overhead. Down, all the way back to the ground. Reset if you need to, and right from the top.
Oh, Ryan. No, man. Why, dude? Again, I believe, I want to believe, I choose to believe that Livestrong did this to you. I don't think you did this to yourself, man. I think that you got called in on a job that you weren't ready for, and you should have said, you know what, guys, you want me to do something I've never done before on a video that I believe is, I think it is, yeah, like something well over 1 million views, that 1 million people are going to watch on the internet. I say no. I do not agree to this making a fool of myself on the internet. But nonetheless, let's break it down. There's some good here. There's some very bad here. There's some comedy here. In any video, we can take something out of it, get some technique tips, and improve our own lifts, even from our friend Ryan here. So let's take it play by play. Just say, hey, man. Doesn't have to be a, hey, I'm Ryan Hawk. Just be like, hey, guys, I'm Ryan. Here to do a clean and jerk, and I'm not happy about it. Okay, all right. First good thing, it's a power clean. It actually is a power clean. So a lot of people will do a full clean, a squat clean, as CrossFitters would call it, and they'll call it a power clean. Like a lot of, like ESPN, Sports Center loves to do this. 300-pound power clean from so-and-so, Penn State lineman, and it's a full clean. So Ryan maybe meant to do this, maybe didn't mean to do this, but knows what a power clean is. So, good. Again, Ryan, this is not your favorite movement. Just say it is a movement. Maybe that I enjoy. I don't think it's your favorite. Great hair, though. A lot of different exercises, movements, muscle groups. Maybe you misspoke. Sure. Shoulder width stance. Ryan, good. That's a good place to start. Some people will start wider. Some people will start narrower. Starting with shoulder width is a really, really good place to go. Now, where you go wrong is, number one, your footwear is absolutely atrocious. Get yourself a pair of Adidas lace stongues if you want to be a classy gentleman. A Romaleo if you're a piece of shit. And maybe even what's another one? A Velasa if you like spending a lot of money on shoes that break in 2 to 3 uses. But the Asics you're rocking right there, they're not going to cut it. Another piece that you said is toes straight ahead. We do not teach toes straight ahead. We teach toes slightly angled out so that the knees can track out with the toes. When the knees are straight ahead, they have to come forward. Every inch, half inch, whatever you want to say, degree that they move forward pushes the bar away from your body. The more I can angle my toes out comfortably without it affecting the rest of the movement, the closer I can actually keep this bar to myself through that first and second pull. That'll increase or it'll improve your leverages and increase the amount of force that you can place into the bar, into the floor rather. So shoulder width stance, good. Toes could be fixed. What else you got for us, bud? No. Number one, you don't look like you're about to do a Romanian deadlift to start. Romanian deadlift is a top-down, eccentric focused deadlift. That ain't what you're doing. So maybe you meant I'm going to drop down like I'm starting a stiff leg deadlift. Stiff leg deadlift being something that starts from the floor, concentric focused movement. If you had said that, you would still be wrong. A clean is not a deadlift. It's more of a squat. It is more of a vertical jump than it is a deadlift. loading the hamstrings and hips or teaching someone to use primarily hamstring and hips more times than not will increase the amount of force that they produce through a horizontal vector, which leads to humping the bar and pushing it out in front of you. I want to teach them to bend at the knee and then set up like you're going to do, set up like you're going to do a deadlift. Got it. Ryan, I'm good with that. We can go with that. But a qualifier of it's not going to feel like a deadlift. We're going to use more quads than we are hamstrings. Yada, 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 yada. You know, hip angle and near the knee. You want to see that. You can go into all that. But saying I'm going to set up like I'm going to do an RDL, you're going to have a real funky clean here. And you don't even set up like you're going to do an RDL. You set up like relatively decently here, like you're going to do a clean. So I think he's going to say it here. Over grip. Haven't heard anyone call it over grip in I don't know how long, but sure, technically correct. We'll give it to him. All right, outside your legs. Ryan, you're not grabbing the bar outside your legs. Your thumbs are touching your shins. If you grab the bar where your shins are and then you go to roll the bar back towards your shins so that you can keep it close as you break the ground, what's going to happen is your hands are going to get in the way of the bar being as close to your body as possible. Every inch the bar is out in front of you is a decrease in your ability to utilize the appropriate leverages in the lift. So slide your hands out to the degree that you said you were going to put them on the bar. You said one thing and then you did something completely different. Slide your hands out 2 inches and you're good. You're good. You're not going to hook grip it, but I'm not going to chastise you for that. I don't care. I genuinely don't care, man. Maybe you're just a grip strengthened monster. You do have some very nice forearms. I'll give you that. Handsome forearms. Okay. All right. This isn't bad. Cueing someone to pull the bar as high as they can, or, get the bar as high as you can, isn't a bad cue. You teach people that all the time. You pull as high as you can, and then you meet the bar where it is. I don't know if I like his use of the word pull the bar as high as you can. I think that makes me believe that he's going to use mostly his arms. And as we saw, he ends up doing basically a muscle clean. So he is primarily going to use his arms. So he is technically pulling it as high as he can. But I think there's better phrasing that you can use there. Drive with your legs and, drive the bar as vertically as possible. Just shift the person's mindset around what they need, what muscles they need to be using. If you say pull as hard as you can, a lot of people think pulling is with your arms. They don't pull things with their legs. It's not naturally in someone's head to think that. So changing your verbiage can help people a lot. All right. Now we're going to actually look at the lift. Great O face to start. Again, this is a hard angle to judge from. This straight on front facing, I know why they use it in this specific case, just because it's probably the most aesthetically pleasing view. You can see his handsome face and handsome forearms, of course, for this audience, but it really takes away from your ability, me as a coach, looking at this lift and breaking it down, and you as an athlete or you as someone who's trying to learn the lift, you're going to struggle because you can't really see much here. You can't see what the hips are doing. You can't see the back angle. You can't watch his shoulders, how they move in terms of their proximity or their relation to the bar. So it's a hard angle to see, but we can break it down nonetheless. So again, widen the grip out a little bit. That's going to let you keep it closer to your shins. His hips could definitely be lower. Again, maybe he is kind of setting up in an RDL stiff leg deadlift kind of position because that's what he thinks is appropriate. But nonetheless, his hips are a little high. He could definitely have a lot more bend in the knee. As we break the ground, here's the thing. I'm not gonna sit here and just beef on the guy all the way through, right? I'm not gonna beef him. As he gets to the knee, he wants to use his arms. But here, at the knee right here, this isn't a horrible position. This really isn't bad right here. Could the hips be a little bit lower? Could there be more bend in the knee? Could there be more leg drive? Yeah, but this is a strong dude who's just ripping 75 pounds or 95 pounds, whatever this is, off the ground. with really no regard for technique. So that's going to reflect in what we see here. But this position right here, really not too bad. As we cross the knee, what you can see here is that once his legs lock out, he essentially gets no additional leg drive from the quads. He's going to extend at the ankles and get a little bit extra there. But he really doesn't get anything from his legs as soon as he crosses the knee. So when we cross the knee, what do we want to see? We want to see the knees rebend back under the bar, scooping the bar and driving everything vertically. If you put more weight on the bar, we might actually see that from Ryan here. He might be forced into that as just a proxy of the weight being heavier. But because it's so light for him, he can just essentially do a no contact, no foot. Does he do no feet? No, just a no contact muscle clean here. Does he drop back under? Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck to call this lift. A muscle power with foot movement. We just made something up. Put that on the screen. Muscle power, foot movement, clean press. It's hard when it's backwards. All right, back it up a couple frames there, Ryan. Going too fast. You can see a lot of pull with the arms. Again, he's at this point in the lift, he's doing what he said he was going to do. He's tugging it. He's pulling. He does a good job of getting his elbows high. What's actually pretty decent here is ignore the bar, ignore everything else. Like, this is a pretty good, ignore his arms. This is a pretty good triple extended position. If his arms were straight here and the bar was contacting his mid thigh and he would actually used his legs to that second pull, this would be a good little point of the lift right here. Pretty solid. But again, early pull with the arms, basically doing a muscle clean here. Some good things that he does right here. Moves his feet nicely. Slides his feet out. No huge jump. No excessive like donkey kick. Does a good job of loosening his grip as the bar rotates around. He definitely gets a good amount of separation. It's a hell of a freeze frame right there. He definitely pulls the bar plenty high there. He pulls it up to his goddamn eyebrows, basically. Does a good job of kind of securing himself under after he over pulls the bar, so not the worst. Receiving position, you can see his feet are very uneven. That's why it just kind of looks so wonky in his lower body. Looks like his right foot moved up and back, where the left foot just moved out. So this is one of those positions, if you catch a heavy clean, ignore upper body here. If you catch a heavy clean with this position right here, where your feet are off balance, one toe's turned out, one's behind the other, it's gonna be incredibly hard on your hips. So if this is something where you see that you're catching cleans in this position, this foot position here, it's definitely something to look at, definitely something to correct, understanding why that's happening. And usually it's a matter of, uneven foot pressure through that pull. So watch your feet in slow-mo on the pull. All right, catches it here. We're going to ignore the speech that he gives halfway through. Push to press, I think he calls it. You've heard of the push press, the PP. Now you've heard of the PTP. You down with PTP? Yeah, you know me. So let's pretend that he had actually stood this clean up. Let's pretend it was regulation. And then he went into the press. It's not a bad push press. It's not a jerk, but it's a decent enough push press. He's not over dipped here. He's not losing his position. His elbows are a little down, but that's probably because he just doesn't have really the mobility to make that position happen. Whether it's at the wrists, elbows, chances are it's in the T-spine where he lacks that ability to extend and get those elbows up. So a point of improvement for you there, Ryan. Goes into the press here, breathes very interestingly. I told Jake that I was just going to breathe like that throughout the whole critique. I'm like, he could really work on his push press. His position at the knee is decent, but then I forgot to do it. So that's all you get for the day. He then hits another rep, I believe he goes for here. Does he go for another one? No, I think it's just a repeat of the first one. No, that's definitely a different rep. Yo, this is actually a better rep right here. There's still no contact at the thigh, which is unfortunate. But again, lack of leg drive there. This is actually a better rep. He secures this bar much better. He doesn't pull it as high, secures it a little easier. And then again, goes right into that push press. But, nonetheless, he's not training for the Olympics. Can we confirm what this is on the bar? 95 pounds. So 25s on each side. I also want you to watch something that may be influencing the lift. Again, to give Ryan a little bit of credit here, he isn't exactly performing on the finest of Alico bars and bumper plates. Watch the spin on the bar. There is absolutely none. 0. Ryan, your wrists. God, I'm sorry that Livestrong made you do this, dude. I really am. Hey, there are definitely some pieces of improvement here for Ryan. I don't think that he's a competitive Olympic weightlifter. Oh, another rep. Okay, that was the worst one. We're going to pretend that one didn't happen. Ended on a good one. I don't think Ryan is going to do a weightlifting meet anytime soon. Chances are he is a personal trainer. He's probably a good one. Good looking dude. Got some sweet muscles. But he's got some clients. But he's making some moolah, some cash money. And I'm sure he's doing very well for himself. And Livestrong called him up and they said, hey, we need you to do this video on a power clean. And he said, I don't really know what that is, but I'm not going to pass up the chance to do that. Ryan, you did the best with what you had. Shame on you, Livestrong. The next time you want to record an Olympic weightlifting video, there's only one person you call, and it's me, the Squatfather, the _Squatfather. Trademark, don't use it unless you want to hear from my people. Guys, it's been fun from the loony bin today, talking about one of the craziest clean and jerk, clean and push press videos that I've seen on the internet. Keep your videos coming. I have a backlog of those, but I could always use more. Remember, clean, jerk, snatch, squat, bench, deadlift. We will take them all. I will break them down, and I will help you hit your next PR free of charge. I will see you on the next video. In the meantime, in between times, and as always, you know the deal. You're gonna have to stay gifted, and I love you. Goodbye.